And we're back. This is the Great Pumpkin speaking, and we're right after where we were, atop the cultist tower after having defeated the Magic Master. The only difference here is that Gogo survived, because I removed his wall ring, and instead of using the Phoenix, I had Celeste cast Life Tree, which was necessary to accomplish this. How did I get through the tower so fast? Because of the Muggle Charm, an item that can be found in Narsh, right where Mog was standing back in the World of Balance, in the Muggle Cave. So this reduced the number of random encounter to 0, which means I could get through the tower mostly unopposed. And what's up with that gem box that we got earlier? Well, let's see. The gem box changed magic into X magic. This actually makes you cast magic twice, also known as the Soul of Tamasa, in another, what can I say? In more recent translations. So yeah, we did that. We got a few things into the tower, as well as something special, which I'm gonna show you. But mostly today we're gonna be hunting dragons, as well as dead gaze, who has been plaguing the sky all the way up till now, but no longer. But first we need to get down the tower. As you can see, no random encounter, all I needed was Mog and a relic. That explains something. I actually thought that charm was in this tower when in fact it wasn't. Rather embarrassing, I must say. A lot of Let's Players use it to make things a lot more expeditive, but I don't grind a lot, so it's actually useful for me to fight some battles. So yeah, you remember this spot. There's a switch hidden right here in the wall, which gives access to the door downstairs, which contains basically the same room, except that it contains a treasure chest, which has Edgar's last tool, which is known as the Anchor. Enemy becomes destructive used with tool command. So yeah, this inflicts a status upon the enemy where upon doing anything, he will die. Unless he's immune to death, of course. So that takes care of that. As I said, you can get through this mostly with the Power Ball, the Charm, Super Ball, the Charm, and with Tomorrow. But the thing is, you're better off with magic anyway, and there's no way of beating the Magic Master without using some form of magic, or at least a Magiset. So you have to make do with what you got. So that takes care of this. We're gonna re-equip Mog as he's meant to be, which is with the Dragon Horn and Dragon Boots. We're gonna re-equip Tomorrow with his running shoes. Gogo is gonna get his running shoes back as well. And Celeste will get her hero ring. Use the tent. Now that I remember, I actually forgot to stop by a shop before then. That's rather embarrassing. But first, let's get our group of dragon hunters ready. With us, we'll be taking Locke, Celis, who was it? Shadow, of course, and Sabin. Why Sabin? Because he has the sprint shoes, that's why. Shadow we take for the lovely throw command, which is going to be helpful against some of the dragons. And as for Celeste, she's simply the lowest level character. So yeah, let's lift off. I'm actually going to do a lot of cutting through this episode because it takes some time to get to the actual dragons. So I'm going to meet you back at the first dragon after I'm done shopping. Bye bye! And we're back. We're off to hunt our first dragon. Let's do it. Remember this guy? He dealt some fairly bad beating to us. This time we're gonna get him. So let's use our new weapon against this guy. We're gonna use our throw with the bolt edge because that's what he's weak to. As for Sabin, he's gonna do the usual. And Locke is gonna use his fancy new weapon in configuration. Boom! This thing is the sniper weapon, which aside from always hitting, does a kind of a number on flying creatures, which this dragon is part of, being the storm dragon. He's not doing much so far. Let's hope he actually does something before he dies. Hey, that's more like it. Cells got protected. Locke is the only one that got hit because I equipped everyone with thunder shields, which removes the damage dealt by wind. And that was it. Super easy. Of course, I hit him when I was fairly over leveled and well equipped. Got 10 magic points. And we got force armor, which is going to be pretty helpful. 4 dragons left. And that's it for this dragon. I'll meet you guys back at the next one. Bye! Now we're back here on the cliffs of Narsh, looking out for ourselves a dragon. So I've equipped everyone with ice shields, which I got off the Colosseum. I'm equipping the Flame Saver for Celeste as a failsafe. I swapped our parties a bit, bringing in Shadow for some throwing goodness. Umaro, because he's natively equipped with the Snow Scarf, which absorbs ice. As well as Gao, who also has access to the Snow Muffler, also known as the Snow Scarf, which I got by betting Behemoth suits in the Colosseum. Gao's got something special for this fight, so let's get going. Let's find ourselves a dragon. But first, some enemies. Let's use our trusty Behemoth Rage. Cells could also use Runic against this guy, but whatever. Got us some money. And there we go. Looks rather wimpy, does he? Well, he's not. Well, maybe for us he'll be. Fire Scheme. North Cross. That is no good. Thankfully everyone is mostly immune against this. And Gao is gonna use the new Io Rage that we picked up recently. Of course, if he does nothing, it's no use to us. Cells can do some damage. That's nice. Maru can also help. Come on, Gao, get a grip. Gao's getting fairly tanky now that he's got some proper equipment. There's not a lot that's gonna phase him. But that's what he gets a bit weaker as far as attack gets. But he'll hit fairly hard. He'll be pretty defensive. With this we use the Flare Star from the Io Rage, as I said before, which basically destroyed him. And we got ourselves Force Shield, which is going to be really helpful. 3 dragons left, so I'm going to meet you at the next dragon. Bye! And we're back, here at the Opera House, headed for our 3rd dragon. This time I've swapped some new characters in, Edgar, Setzer, Gogo, and Gao. Gao and Gogo are gonna do most of the heavy lifting here, and I equip everyone with Cherub Downs, which gave us the float status, so let's get going. Shriek! Help! Help! Talk to the impresario! Well, how about that? Where is he? Doesn't seem to be that way. That music is really cheesy, I love it. There he is. A dragon sitting smack in the middle of the stage. Oh my god. So that's it, huh? Well, we gotta figure out a way to deal with that. The impresario was good to us. Don't press the wrong switch or... Yeah, that's kinda what I want to do. Oops. There we are. Back on the stage. Let's hunt us a dragon. This is the Dirt Dragon, also known as the Earth Dragon. He uses Quake a lot, which means that's why we're using Float. For this we're gonna need the... Where is it? It's not very far, I know it is. Did I lose it somehow? I was sure I had it. Ah, there it is. RPI. Which will allow us to use Aero, which is something this dragon is really weak against. Oops. Turns out I unequipped the wrong relic for Setzer. That's kinda annoying. Oh well, his slots will do. Magnitude 8, which isn't gonna do anything against us. 7 Flash. Horn Tusk. Drill. Boom. 50 Gs. That's no good for us. Except it doesn't do anything because we're natively floating, which wouldn't be the case if we had actually cast float. Oops. Oh well, no big deal. It's not doing anything against him. It could actually have healed him. I guess the developers felt that would be cheap. Okay, so Gogo is Berserk now. Huh. So that's what was happening. Well, it's fine with me. And that dragon is dead. Magus Rod. 2 dragons left. Looks like we're gonna have to save the day once again. Yep. Thank goodness. That takes care of that. Magus Rod. What does it do? Magus Rod, magic power up. Good for Realm, Strago, and Gogo. Not actually sure if it's gonna do much for Gogo, but it could be worse. It's gonna improve its hitting power, that's for sure. So yep, I'll meet you back when I found Dead Gaze. Bye! And there we are for our first round against Doomgaze. I'm gonna explain this afterward because, well, this battle might take a while. So why did I bring Realm? Well, Realm can use the Memento Ring, which protects against dead spells, as you just saw. I brought Mog because he's got the Holy Lance, which is going to be fairly powerful. And I just realized I forgot to unequip Celis weapons. And I brought Locke because he wrecks flying things. Well, not so much this time around, but he usually does. I'm actually wondering if he might not be more weak to fire than to Holy. Oh well, it's no big deal. You can meet him anywhere on the map so long as you fly with the airship. Using Aero. That's no good for us. Well, it's not so bad. getting pretty rock happy, are we? Oh, he's escaping. Well, that's no good. See you for round 2. This time with a proper weapon. And round 2, go. Took us a while to find him. Thankfully, his health doesn't regenerate, so we should get him pretty quickly. This is Cella's new weapon, which replaced the Ragnarok that we got in Marsh. And we got him! Huh, what's going on? Beast Magicite popped out of Doomgaze's mouth. See the Magicite, Bahamut! How about that? What does it do, I wonder? Teaches us Flare, of course. Oh yep, that's quite a lot of Magicite, alright. So, there were a few things I wanted to talk about. First, about Dead Gaze. You see the thing, I don't know if it was because I was playing for too long as a kid or something, or if data corruption or whatever, but sometimes after defeating the Dead Gaze, I'm fairly sure I encountered a monster, which actually looked like some kind of sandworm, though how it got in the sky I've got absolutely no idea. I don't remember exactly, I think it killed me or for some reason it escaped. But I kept looking for that mystery monster forever, and yet, after looking over the internet and everything, there was never any sighting of that monster. Obviously, nobody ever believed me, but I'm fairly sure it happened for real. What caused it, I have no idea. From what I know now, it might have been Dead Gaze and I forgot that I had beat him, and then something corrupted the sprite, I don't know. But I still believe this is there. The truth is out there, people. But one thing I wanted to show you, first off. Remember what I told you about Shadow's dream? Well, if you let Shadow die, there's another dream that occurs, and can only happen in such a game, and this is linked to the Memento Ring here. I brushed over it pretty quickly on another video, but Shadow can actually equip the Memento Ring. And this is the Departed Mom's law of protects against fatal magic attack. And who is it that can equip those items? So far Shadow and Realm, but let's see if that's the case. Memento Ring, only Shadow and Realm. And why is that? Well, as it turned out, the dream that you encounter is Realm essentially asking Strago where her dad has gone. And if you remember Shadow's dreams, you see Shadow walking out and telling Interceptor to take care of the girl. The fact that Shadow can equip the Memento Ring essentially confirms that Realm is actually Shadow's daughter, which never got revealed. And originally there was supposed to be a scene in the game where Strago actually confronted Shadow about it and forced him to unmask himself. Of course his back was turned from the screen, but this actually revealed it. And they essentially had a drink and that was it. So yeah, big mystery about Shadow, and also debunks the fact that he is actually a man. But you know, things happen. So yeah, that's taken care of. We've gotten Doomgaze, as well as the other things. We're missing a few Magicites that I don't quite remember. Might be able to find it if I look closely at it, but I'm pretty sure I know where they are. And beyond that, we'll be doing some preparations for the last hour back in the next episode. Once that is done, we'll be starting our 3 different groups and try to finish this game at last. The time to wait is over, folks. See you next time. Bye bye. Hello everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking, and welcome to the 6th episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. After finishing Doomgaze and All the Dragons, I remembered that there were a few optional bosses that I didn't take care of, as well as one Magicite I forgot to pick up. So let's do this. Our first boss is here back at the Cave of Rumaro, also known as the Yeti Cave, and is a monster in a box. 3 Pogs, also known as Tonberries, were so dead. Thankfully, we might make it somehow. We're gonna use the Fire Scheme. We're gonna have Go-Go do the same. Edgar is gonna try a Bioblaster. And Terra's gonna defend. Because she's gonna get her ass kicked. Terra won't be joining us for the last dungeon, which is unfortunate, but something that was rather expected. Youch. Tonberries are never easy. Can I? Yes, I can. They're holding up well so far. Fire works well against those things for some reason. We got 1, 2, and 3. Great, we did it. And it didn't give us anything. I don't know if that's because we killed that thing too quickly, maybe. That could explain it. But it's kinda strange. Oh well, not a big deal. Let's use the Warp Stone. Use a tent. There we go. And we're headed back to the solitary island where we met Celeste. At least in the world of Ruin. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the beach, not the cliff. My mistake. I knew about it, I just completely forgot, and I didn't really need the Magicite anyway. And what do you know? There's a Magicite lying there. This is the Magicite Palidor, also known as Quetzali. This can also be used to get through the Cultist Tower, as opposed to Phoenix or Life Tree. Our next boss is going to be found back in the cave under Figaro, and I'm going to meet you right there. And we're back. So this is another monster in a box. Let's get going. And oh my god, a Master Tonberry. That doesn't look good at all. We're gonna use the Fire Scheme again. Let's try some other things. The Voltage. Actually seems to work a tiny bit better. Step Mine. Not Go-Go. Water's Edge. That actually heals him. Let's throw the voltage again. It's possible that this only works with the fire scheme. Doesn't make much sense, but it could. Nope, it doesn't. He swapped his barrier somehow. It's probably the glowy thing that happened. Oh well. Fire on everybody. That's no good. That wasn't it. So it was the water's edge. Or we could just throw a bunch of physical things. It's not recommended against Tonberries, but it can work. Shadow's dead again. $4,000, that worked. Wall again, he did. When things doesn't work, throw ninja stars at it. That's no good. Oh well, we got him. Actually, honestly, I have no idea what I was doing. We got ourselves a Gradius, also known as a Gladius. What does it do? Aside from being a knife, I mean. Pearl and Mantle, so Lee can be used by pretty much everyone, really. Interesting. How does it look compared to the one that you stop? It's actually worse, but slightly better evade, which isn't what I need. Let's use that antidote there. Can get away that way, huh? Well, it's not that big a deal. I'll just walk out. But that's it for this part. That's exactly what I want to do. We got the last magic set that we needed, as well as beating those last monsters in the box where we're missing. The Esper we're still missing there is the Ragnarok. No, that's Odin. Odin who got turned into Raiden. And we've also got Ragnarok, which got turned into a sword, and the Crusader one that we get for finishing something that is going to be done during the last dungeon. So that's that. See you guys later. Bye bye.